we can't have it all. Let's go from where you got to, basically. Well, anyway, it's somehow, it feels a little bit even. Yeah. So I think this can be a bit more flexible. Yeah. Do you want to go from there? Okay. Thank you. Oboe. So it's in the oboe. So what you have to do is weave yourself around it. And if it's da 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 da, again we get sort of slightly dominated by the quaver, which is not that interesting a thing. Whereas see what I mean? So that if you allow yourself to be affected by the quaver movement, you lose slightly the bigger picture. Always harmony wins. Always. Let's try again. That was the because da 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 da. You're doing beautiful phrasing, but rhythmically, I find you a little bit exact. Because then we have a chance of feeling this pulse, because that really is the pulse of the music, and not whatever it is. So just try to feel that there are certain parts in this piece, in any concerto, where you are not directing, you are neutral, and you're just hanging on to something. You're still, of course, the most important, but your flexibility and sympathy, let's say, is different. Yeah? Do you mind going from? Yeah. So just allow yourself just to be pushed a little bit more. Oops. Okay. Yeah.
Can we come one?
Sorry?
One.
Big one.
Are flexible is that you're buying time. You know, in maths they say you borrow and then pay back. Well, interestingly, in music you often pay back and then borrow. It's the it can work the other. So dee da dee da da dee da da. So in a way you kind of bought yourself some time so that you can really stretch in certain places. So where you feel like stretching, you can. And remember to breathe. Da-yum! Da-da-da-da. You've got to breathe. Remember that it's not, what is the voice if not a breath thing, if not a text thing as well? Because it's very, very important to have this sense of speaking as well. That's what, that's what unifies everything to do with music for the human, is the idea of the voice, which is not just a lovely sound, but it's also bound by something very physical, which is the limit of the lung. Now, instead of thinking that the lung is something, oh, what a pity we have to breathe between sentences. No, it's what defines us. It absolutely defines us in poetry, even in prose, actually. You know, the sort of scope of the sentence or the whatever. So, embrace it. That's a fashionable word. Embrace it. Good, just carry on wherever, because it's beautiful what you're doing. It's lovely, absolutely lovely.
About two.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm just wondering if there's a... It tries to be a bit calm, it's not a panic. Yeah, just give yourself a sort of peaceful float up there. No hurry at all. A bit more event. So this da 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 da, we always have to fight it. See what I mean? That it's a bit more kind of, come on, something happening. So you don't need to keep the da da dee da. Yeah, so in a way you have to sometimes say, okay, I accept this da dee dee, and then other times I go, no, I don't accept it. And I think here it begins to be that point. Because in a way, what you've done so far is just accept the going trend, let's say. And then at a certain point you go, no, I'm out. I'm doing something else. And that results in something more defined. So in a way, that's why I think it's a really good piece. Because I think it's so beautifully structured from, you know, beginning to middle. It's already so complete in how it scans or spans or whatever the various things. Can you just go from here? I'm going to keep an eye on the time. I must be careful.
I think it's
Yeah. Good. Be careful. Careful about the speed of the bow. Yeah, it's got to be. Make sure you don't hurry that bow. Careful about bow speed is a very important thing. Great. So when you have your... When you don't play, it's a suspension and we're waiting for the orchestra downbeat. So I really think you can enrich into that a bit more. Okay. Yeah. Just where you can't change your bow is where you want to really, hold it really well. Because it's very beautiful up to this point, but at this point, I don't think you're looking for beauty. I think you're looking for independence, or whatever you want to call it. Something where you say no. Yeah. So let's go from the top of the ba 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 ba. So almost also with the bow, just a little bit more defiance in the stroke. Not always lovely. That's the one. So that one's a bit too early. That's actually quite a surprise. Okay. Try again. Very, very good. So it's very rich, it's lovely, but now, doesn't it say sognando here? Where, yes it is. Okay, so it, it means dream. So the first is kind of, it's awake, really. But here I think you need to be a little bit more loose with everything, your colour as well. Not too intentional. Let's go from sognando. Just find yourself pulled and pushed by the moment a little bit more.
About 38.
Wherever's good for you. Yeah. Okay, so you see, when you're dreaming, everything about you is dreaming, including maybe your colour. So I think that's a bit too awake. I'm a bit too sort of ready for breakfast there. So I'm exaggerating. Teachers always do. But you know what I mean? That there has to be something that goes, no, we're not in that sphere anymore. It's very, very difficult for people, especially people with very good vibrato, to let go of their good vibrato. Because in a way it's your USP, isn't it? Beautiful colour, always beautiful colour. But we don't always want that kind of, So sometimes you could experiment with this. That kind of, instead of, because that's too vital, and yeah. So let's go from, where was it? Just into here.
Show the bar.
Yes, and also not just the colour is sognando, but the dreamy rhythm as well. You're not obliged. That sort of just try there again. Something like that. It's got to balance out, of course. Maths, right? Find your way out of the dream, though. Keep going. Now you're sailing. Last time I did this, I overran horribly, so I've got to be a good girl today, and I've got to say stop. And I'm really sorry to, because it's beautiful, absolutely fantastic. But do you get the idea that with this sort of, in some ways there are kind of limited means in this music, because rhythmically, whatever. But what we have to do is deny the repetitive and look for where the music just forces us to be pulled, pushed, and all the rest of it. Yeah. Fantastic playing, Susie. Well done, well done.